What's up, y'all? WULD 98.3.com FM, Uber, Lyft, Driver Talk Radio. Back at another one. Got something I want to talk about. Um, I want to talk about the pros and cons of being a rideshare driver, right? I want to talk about the pros and cons. Um, a lot of people, depending on their overhead, will look at the pros and cons differently. As a businessman, I think when you have the proper tools for the job, then your pros will increase substantially. So I'm gonna give you an example. When I first started doing Uber and Lyft, I had a Chevy Equinox. I got garbage gas mileage with a Chevy Equinox. That 3.6, 100% pure garbage, pure ass trash. And so I came up with the brilliant idea to get a hybrid. And then I went from so I went and brought a 2015 Kia Optima hybrid, and then I brought the car with the car note, insurance, warranty. I was paying $803 a month for the car. That was if anything happened. I didn't do the deductible. I had zero deductible on my insurance. If something happened, I wanted to be like Gap Insurance. Get on up out of here. And then something happened. I did 12,000 miles in 1 month. And then I started thinking. I said, "Oh, I think I think I kind of think I think I messed up here." So I got rid of the car. I sold the car, and I had to add about $3,100 to it to buy out the loan. I sold the car to a guy. Everything I had to add to it. So I got out of the loan, and then I turned around and I brought a 2007 Toyota Prius hybrid for $2,800 a month. And that's what I'm doing Uber and Lyft with today. No car note. I have full coverage insurance, but no car note. Because I have 5 cars, it blends right in with the payments. And so what I just did was I create my pros, because now my need changed substantially. What I've noticed, a lot of people that do Uber and Lyft, rideshare, I noticed that they talk about money more than anything. It's not about the money with me, with Uber and Lyft. It's the freedom to be able to say, I want to work for an hour today from 3:15 to 4:15. I want to work 2 hours tomorrow from 7:30 at night to 9:30 at night. And then the next day, I want to work in the morning from 5 o'clock to noon. When you have pros like that, to me now, my cons are real, like, minute. And here's why I say that. We all know that the biggest problem with anytime you working for somebody is when you have something that you need to do for yourself. When you have something that you need to do for yourself, now you got to put in for leave, or you got to ask could you take a day off. And now you got somebody that may say, hey, you taking too many days off, whatever. If I could work at a job that's going to allow me to take off or set my own hours without penalizing me for it, to me, that is a pro, that is like pro.com. You can't, So that's what I love about rideshare. What I hear about a lot of people talk about, they say, well, I don't like picking up people in the ghetto. So I guess this would be one of the cons. But I don't understand, because if you don't like picking people up in the ghetto, you don't have to. So I'm not understanding how your choice not to do something is a con. Well, I don't like Uber and Lyft because I don't like picking up in the ghetto. Well, you don't have to pick up in the ghetto. I live in a rural neighborhood. I do not do rides outside my neighborhood. What I mean is this. When I do Uber and Lyft, normally it's like a $30 ride. Everybody needs to go from where I live out far somewhere. All right. Once I'm out there, I don't keep the app on. Actually, while I'm in the ride, I shut the app off and it says log off after last ride. Yup. I shut the app off and I come back. Because one of my pros, if you will, is that I have a Prius that gets 51 miles to the gallon city. I can drive all day and still be ahead with just one ride. One ride. When I went to pick up my Prius, I met a dude that was doing Uber with the 2017, with the 2016 Infiniti Q37, Q50. It was a Q50 with a 3.7. And I'm saying to myself, when I'm sitting in the back of the car, I'm like, yo, my man, are you literally trying to pick up chicks? What do you mean? What the fuck are you doing Uber and Lyft with this fucking car? Are you fucking serious? So when we talk about pros and cons, I think the biggest reason why people say the money, the money. I've seen Uber and Lyft logos on Ford Expeditions. And I'm saying to myself, that motherfucker gets 17 city, 12 highway. You doing Uber and Lyft with one of those? When you get the proper equipment for the job, I'm 6'1", 245 pounds. My Prius, it's like I'm sitting in a captain's chair. It's a lot of room in those cars. If you say, well, I want to use a Expedition because I like sitting up high, then you need to learn how to separate making money from personal. Because if you are on a board, or if you are on a board of directors of any company that was doing any type of transportation, they're not going to say go get 18 wheelers to do Uber Eats. They're not going to say that. They're going to tell you we need the most practical vehicles for the job. Practicality. So with me, practicality, it helps my money go up. Like, I'm putting gas in that motherfucker every other day when I'm doing full days of Uber and Lyft. And let me just say this. When I got rid of the Kia Optima Hybrid, there was this place in town that did leases, or even on old cars, they will let you lease it. I leased for $350 a month a Nissan Sentra. And I leased it. That car, for every 100 miles, it needed $20 worth of gas. The Kia Optima Hybrid, for $20, I got about 275 to 325 miles for $20 worth of gas. My Prius, for $20 worth of gas, first of all, I can't put $20 in it. It fills up at 15. All right. And with that $15, I can go 400 miles. I would say I have the right car for the job. So when I look at pros and con videos, that I see people say, well, it don't pay much. I disagree with that. All right. Mile for mile, it's always profitable. It's the equipment that you use. Another thing that I see what people talk about with Uber and Lyft, taxes. Once again, I'm not understanding how taxes is a pros and cons, because taxes is part of every business. When you do Uber and Lyft, you are your own business. So you take your taxes out and you do your own taxes. So as a business person, here's how I always knew it to go. What I thought was, this is what I thought. I thought the benefits of working for yourself as opposed to somebody is, when you work for yourself, you get to take all the expenses out, and then what's left get taxed. And then when you work for somebody, they take out the taxes first and then give you what's left. So it was always a benefit to work for yourself. I can say, hey, I need to buy a cup every day. I need to buy a cup every day for business. And my accountant have to take it out. I can say every day I need to wash my car, and you have to take that out as part of the business expense. I can say every day I charge somebody $10 to come wipe my car down. It's part of the business expense. $10 a day, 5 days a week, that's $200 a month. I can say every day I pay somebody to check the pressure. I pay somebody $10 to wipe the car down. I pay somebody $5 a day to check the tire pressure. I pay somebody $5 a day to clean the inside windows. It's you. So the benefits of that, I would say the only con that there would be when you do Uber and Lyft, the rideshare, is trying to get the customer service of both Uber and Lyft to respect how the fuck you do your business. That's the only con that I see. They penalize me. Like, I used to get 5 and 6 rides a day from my area. Then that plummeted down to 1, and then I don't care. It's your business. I'm retired military. I have 7 incomes. It don't matter to me. I'm not going to let you dictate to me how I'm going to do Uber and Lyft. But like I on my other video, a woman said we ought to report him because he don't want to pick up women, black women. I told him that. I don't need the stress in my life. One time I was on a ride, and then another ride came through, and it was a fucking chick, big giant ass with an ass shot. I declined. I took a screenshot the shit, and I fucking emailed it to fucking Lyft. I'm like, how the fuck do you allow somebody to do a fucking ride share with an ass photo? And then something happened. I look ahead, and another video. But I would say that's the biggest con. Trying to get Uber and Lyft to understand, listen, when I'm on this ride, don't add another ride to my shit, Lyft, and don't even ask me, because you know your algorithm knows he ain't gonna pick up out there. I just don't. I don't. People in the area that I live in, it's rural. It's everybody get in the car. Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks for picking me up. I know it's hard to get a ride out here. So I'm cool with that. I don't need, I went on a ride. It was an apartment complex. Everybody that knows, sometimes apartment complexes do not put you right at the apartment. Black woman comes, snatch my door open. That's not in front of my building. That one is. And then I drop her. I said, why are you telling me this? And then I'm riding her. Fuck. Worst fucking ride I've ever had. I didn't do nothing. And she, God, fucking Incompetent ass. Worst fucking ride I've ever been on. I picked her up and we driving 2 miles. We get to her fucking supermarket and my dome light comes on while the car's still moving. This is what I have to deal with. I have it on camera. I record all my rides. And I just, the stresses that look, it's the reason why people don't want to go to ghettos is because they're people like everybody else, but they're under different stresses. I don't want no parts to do with that. I'm done with all the lies and all the whatever. Another video. But their cons is really trying to communicate with both Uber and Lyft. So that's the pros and cons to me. I probably didn't say too much. Probably leave your comment under the video. I appreciate Rideshare. Once again, the best thing in the world to me is to be able to work when you want. You can never be late you could never be late driving for Uber and Lyft. You can't. So I appreciate you guys' response. If in fact you never watched my channel before, please hit that like button. Also, subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. I'll catch you guys on the next one on WULD 98.3.com FM, Uber and Lyft Driver Talk Radio. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.